Hello, this is KathiLee, Crafting with KathiLee. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. If you are a first-time viewer, please hit that like button if you like this video, and also subscribe if you want. I'm here to share another design team project for SilverandSparkles design team. This one is using the Halloween Sparkles collection. I know it's just a day or two before Halloween. Better late than never, right? This one was a fun one. I made a few things that didn't make the cut for the project, and I'll show those to you at the end. Now, without further ado, I will get to the project. Also, the links to the SilverandSparkles Linktree. Pam at SilverandSparkles has a Linktree where she lists all of the designers on the design team and also all of her social media accounts. My links and so forth are also in the description of the video. So here we go. I decided to make a folio using one of my unfinished objects. For those of you that have watched my videos before, you will know that I have a collection of half-started things, and I'm trying to use some of those and get them out of my chaos of my craft room. It is creative chaos, which is a good thing, but I do need to do some purging, and one of the ways I can do that is by using up old stuff. So this folio is one that I made several years ago, and I do not remember who I followed, which video I followed, but I thank whoever made this, and if you recognize this folio as one of yours, please let me know. So this is just a simple folio. Look at those images. Aren't they super cute? Love them. This was one of my rosettes. When I make a rosette for a project, I usually make 9 or 10. So I had a collection of Halloween ones that I hadn't used in my shoebox, my plastic shoebox full of rosettes. And I just grabbed this one to use. I love these images. The faces, the retro look, I just love it. So I attached this with a couple of magnets. And we'll start. That's just a simple opening, just a simple thin 1/4 inch spine, I believe. Looks like this from the top. It's a fairly narrow folio, so I couldn't add a lot of depth to it, and I'll show you what I had to change because of that. So as we open it up, first over here we have a pocket, and in this pocket, again, this is another item from my stash. The base, the black base, was something I had in my box of black cardstock partially finished projects. So I just remember they had this cute little thing here so you'd know how to pull out the tag. And that's just a nice photo mat. You could put photos on the back and the front. You could journal in it or whatever. And see if I can get that back up there. Again, I love the images. I put a couple of, they look like enamel dots, but they're actually melted, what are they called? The little hollow beads that kids make into designs, and then they melt them with an iron. Oh my gosh, my mind's a blank. Anyway, those are just those little melted beads, and you can melt them and make them just like the enamel dots you can buy from the store. I'll forewarn you, you can find a YouTube video on how to do that. If you do it, make sure your house is well ventilated. Like, I'm not just talking stove fan on. I'm saying windows open, ceiling fans on, whatever you can do to keep the air circulating. I actually think a better thing to do might be to make them out on a deck in a toaster oven, rather than inside in a toaster oven. However, I made mine in the winter, so that wasn't possible. But the fumes when you melt plastic are not good. You probably even want to wear a mask unless you do it outside. The next time I do a batch, I just did a small batch. The next time I do one, and this was literally years ago that I made these. So I finally getting around again using stuff I have on hand. So love that little image there. Love the spider. And I forgot to point out, and you may have noticed, when I did the cover, I matched the front of the folio with the flap. So you can see it all matches up nicely. So when you open it up, the same thing is behind it that was on the front. I like doing that. It was fun. I may add that to other projects. Okay, so that was that pocket, and I used some flowers I'd had. I think these were probably Prima flowers that used to come in the little jars, and I sure wish they still made those packs. And this was the inside of a leaf punch. So it had the leaf, and these were the inside little veins that came out, and I thought they made some kind of spooky little leaves. This is a little flip fold. I just saw this somewhere, and I can't remember where. I saw it, I remembered it, I kind of did it, but I'm not sure if I did it right. It's like a waterfall, but it's not. So I made this little card here that I put on the top, and then you flip here, and you can put a photo here, or journaling, and I put a tag type thing on that. There's another one there, and I put another tag type thing on that. Had I been thinking, I would have left this open so it could have flipped too, but I was not thinking, or at least left it open on top for a pocket. So that's that. Inside here, again, how cute are these images? These two don't match up. Not sure why I didn't match those up. Again, love these faces, love the kitty, love the saints. I just love everything about this collection. So I have that. And inside here, I just put a little pull-out journaling card. And then here was something that I want to do more with, but I didn't know what to do with it. Again, I couldn't make it thick. Otherwise, I would have probably made it more like a matchbook. And I just made a little waterfall here. And you could put stickers on there. You could put little photos, whatever you want. And these images I'm using for this little waterfall are actually sized like this. And they have the images on, has the curved edges. So I just cut around that. Again, super cute images. Very Halloweenish. And these are just smaller versions of the bigger sheets. So really like that. That goes in there. That was almost too much to put in there, but I did it anyway. Stick her in there. Then when you flip this over, you can go all the way like this, and then this one goes completely open like this. And I did match this one up like her. Adorable like her. Now, if this were a mini album, I would have layered 3D'd these with foam dots. But because this folio was so thin, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't mind doing that again. I put a little hidey pocket here. So when you look at it, you can't really tell there's a pocket. I just put another piece over this and slid it. And then I just had a couple of tags, simple tags that I stuck in there. Because again, I couldn't have it too thick. So that is my folio made with the Halloween Sparkles kit from, it's a Silver and Sparkles design team, or a Silver and Sparkle collection, and one of the ones offered to us as a design team. So there's that. So you saw what made the cut inside of here. Now I'll show you what didn't make the cut, basically because they were too chunky. The first thing I did was I made a little pull apart accordion thing for journaling. I did 3D the front and the back. That's why it wouldn't fit in there. And I just made the accordion thing. I put the images down, and I made a couple little journaling spots or photo spots. So that was fun. These would make really cute little Halloween party favors. Maybe you could even put write a little trick or treat or a little Halloween joke. You know how kids love little puns and stuff. Probably put that in there. So I love this. It just would not fit inside of this. Now you could give it along with that as a little gift. Another thing I made, this one did not turn out at all. That's why I didn't make the cut. It's supposed to be a little accordion folio, except I glued together a part I wasn't supposed to. So this should have bead out. So instead it's just like this little flappy thing. I glued together parts that I shouldn't have, but it's still cute, so I kept it. And in here I just stuck some little tabs, again with those same images. And I probably can't even get these back in here. But there we go, maybe. They do go in there easy. I'm just kind of a little clumsy. So I just, again, just popped those on there. Stuck those in. And I think this would make a cute little gift. Party favor, whatever. But that one didn't make the cut either, so that's there. Okay, so neither one of those made the cut. And the last one that didn't make the cut was so much fun. Some of my stuff I printed on cardstock, like, you know, if you've watched my videos before, I print some on paper, I print some on cardstock. Some of them I use double-sided paper so that you can have images on both the back and front. Other times I do blank on the back. It just depends on my mood. So this one, I made a little matchbook. And look at those images. Now these ones were ones I printed out on sticker paper. So I put those on. One of the sheets had really cool, just striped patterns that went with the collection. And then you're just going to pop that open. I put a magnet in there. You're just going to pop it open, flip that open, and I put a little pocket with these cute little stamped images. Some of these are on sticker paper. Some of them are just cardstock. How cute are there? Are, I think, I don't know, even know, 50 different stamps, maybe a whole sheet of the little stamps. And I thought they were super cute, and I wanted to use them somehow. But once again, my little matchbox was a little bit too thick to fit in my folio. So I think a little kid would love to get these. Some of the images were spookier. I tried to pick cutesy ones for the most part. I guess a skeleton hand isn't that cute. The eyeball might not be that cute, but I tried to pick the cute ones. So those just tuck into the little pocket of the matchbook. And I loved making these. I made them before I had a plan for what I was going to do, and they do not fit. So those are my projects, my little collection from a SilverandSparkles Halloween Sparkles collection. And again, all the links will be in the video. If you like my projects, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I have been trying for years to get my subscription count up, but I think because my videos are a little bit of a hot mess, it's not happening, but that's okay because I like doing the videos. I'm not a professional. I need to learn. I need to learn about editing and doing the neat intro screens and doing the exit screen and doing music and editing and all that kind of stuff. And I haven't learned that because if I take the time to learn how to do videos, it's going to take away from my crafting time. And I work full time. I have a busy life. So what time I do have, I want to paper craft. I want to sew. I want to do other things besides learn how to edit videos. If I was rich, I would hire somebody to do that for me. I'm not rich, so this is what you get. What you see is what you get. Again, thank you for visiting my channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please go to the Linktree for SilverandSparkles. Look at all the other designers. Check out their YouTube pages, our YouTube channels. Like them, subscribe them, and give them some love. Have a good night. Thanks for visiting Crafting with KathiLee. Good night from me, KathiLee.